Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Deangela Vaughn. If you are new here, thanks for stopping by. And if you're not new here, then welcome back to the click. So for y'all that don't know, I actually had my 30th birthday on January 30th. And it has just been a really great 30 years of life for me. And I just wanted to give you guys 30 lessons that I learned before I turned 30. So basically these are like mainly lessons that I learned like in my 20s. And I just thought it would be cute to do like a little 30 for 30 while I pre-poo my hair. And I'm using this new product that I just started using, the African Pride Moisture Miracle Aloe and Coconut Water Detangle and Condition Pre-Shampoo. And I actually did a full review using this product in my previous video, so check that out if you haven't already. And we're just gonna chat while I get this hair together. So as you can see, it is definitely time to wash my hair. Alright, so lesson number one that I had to learn was sometimes you need to quit. So if you've been following me on my channel for a while, then you know that I was actually in medical school and I am no longer in medical school. And that's because I was not enjoying it. I was just in medical school, trying to study, trying to go to class, trying to do all these things, and it just was never clicking for me, which was different because most times things academically always clicked really easily, and I couldn't figure out why it wasn't clicking. And eventually I realized it was just because I didn't actually like it. I did not enjoy being in medical school. I finally got to the pediatric rotation that I was so excited about, since that's what I thought I wanted to do, was be a pediatrician. And I still did not enjoy it how I thought I would. But I kept pushing because, again, I didn't want to quit. I didn't want to feel like a failure or like I couldn't accomplish something. And eventually I just realized, like, no, this is not where I need to be. This is not what I need to be doing. And that was when I started doing research into child psychology. And that was actually when I found the master's program that I'm in now, which is clinical mental health counseling with an emphasis in children and adolescent disorders. And y'all, when I say as soon as I started out with this program, I knew for a fact that this is where I was supposed to be. It wasn't question. It wasn't, oh my gosh, did I make the right decision? No, it was like literally night and day between how I was feeling when I was in med school versus how I was feeling when I was in my master's program. And that just showed that it's okay to do something different. Even though I had always said that I was going to be a pediatrician, I had to realize that being happy was more important to me than just accomplishing something that I said I wanted to do from the beginning. And let's just be honest, like, when you're growing up, you really don't know what you want to do. Like, you have an idea of what you like or what you want to do, but you really don't know until you get in it and start doing it. And that's why it's okay to change your major. It's okay to change that relationship. Like, whatever you're doing, if it's not fulfilling you, you need to quit. You need to do something different. And I promise it is okay to pivot. It's okay to try something else. So number two, it's okay to have more than one passion. So this one kind of goes along with the first one. But a lot of times we feel like we have one thing that we're supposed to be doing and we can't do anything else but that. And that's just not always the case. I would say that it's most of the time not the case. We all have a lot of different passions, a lot of different talents and skills, and at times we can feel pressure to pick one lane and stick to it. Whatever my job is all that I can do. I don't want to do anything else. And that's just a very stifled way of thinking, and also a very stifled way to live. Obviously, I love learning about mental health. I love helping people, especially kids. And that is one of my passions, which is why that's what my career is going to be. However, I also have a passion for natural hair. I also have a passion for YouTube and creating content and talking to you guys. Like, I don't have to only do one thing. And sometimes society can make you feel like you have to put yourself in a box. And I would just say resist that at all costs. Like, anything that makes you feel like you have to choose, or you can't have more than one thing, you can't have your cake and eat it too. Yes, you can. And I would say it's actually financially smart to have your hands in multiple different pots and have what they call multiple streams of income, because the job market is always up and down. You might wake up one day and not have whatever your mainstream job is, but if you have something else that you like to do and you can actually make money from that, you can stay afloat. And on top of that, sometimes your main job is not something that you actually love to do. A lot of people don't have the luxury of having a job that they love going to every single day. But that doesn't mean that you can't do what you love on the side. Number 3, date to marry, even if who you're dating is not the right person. Okay, so I know that sounds a little bit weird and confusing, but what I mean by that is starting with, I would say, probably college, because nothing really before high school counts unless you end up marrying your high school sweetheart, which is very, very rare. So starting in college, date intentionally. So even if you know this person might not be the person that you're going to marry, still take the relationship seriously, because you can still learn things from that person. Most people go through several relationships before they actually find the person that they end up marrying. However, every single relationship that you go through give you lessons. They show you what you like and show you what you don't like. And a lot of times, knowing what you don't like in a partner is just as valuable, if not more valuable, than knowing what you do like in a partner. Because what you don't like helps you pick out what your deal breakers are. Because a lot of people can have things that you like, but if it's something that you just absolutely cannot deal with, don't marry them. And don't marry somebody that has those same traits as that person that you dated that you didn't like. So take it seriously. Not too seriously to where you're trying to marry every single person that you meet, but take it seriously enough to get what you need to get out of it and learn from every experience. So 4 and 5, I'm gonna put together. Don't rush to get married right after college and have kids when you're ready. All right, so as a woman with no kids and somebody that just got married in September, also, do y'all see me and Zach's cute little wedding album over there? It's so cute. I love it so much. But anyways, as somebody that just got married and we have not had any kids yet, I would say this was like perfect timing. Like, pat myself on the back, because even now, I'm sometimes like, I cannot imagine having a child right now. Like, I enjoy my free time so much, and now that I'm married, I enjoy spending time with him so much. And kids change a lot of things, but we can feel rushed by society or family, friends, whatever. We can feel rushed to hurry up and get married and hurry up and have kids. There's really no rush to do all that. Like, it's better to do it when you actually are ready and when you find the right partner to get married to and to have kids with. I feel like that's probably the most important decision that you're probably gonna ever make in your life, is deciding who you're gonna spend the rest of your life with and who you're going to procreate with. It's not something that you need to rush into. Now, if you happen to find the love of your life in college and you decide to marry that person, that's great, go for it. But don't do it unless you feel like you are really, really ready. Which is hard to say, because when are you ever really, really ready? Like, I don't know, but take your time. And I will say, when it came to my husband, I knew that he was the one, and we did not rush it. We got engaged 2 years after we started dating, and then we got married that same year, because by the time we got engaged, we were like, oh yeah, we're doing this. So, when you know, you know. So number 6. This also goes along with the other 2, but stay home with your parents as long as you need to. So again, yes, I know we all want our own place, we want our space, personal space, whatever. But if you have the luxury of staying with your parents and saving some money, you need to do it. As long as you need to. Staying with your parents gives you the ability to really make sure that you are super solid and secure before you go out and buy a house or get into an apartment, whatever it is that you're trying to do. And it's so worth it, because at the end of the day, I love being around my parents. I get along really, really well with them. My husband gets along really, really well with my parents. It's just been a great arrangement for us, especially since we don't have any kids yet. And it's just given us the time to figure out some things. It's given me time to finish up school. And then we're able to decide where we want to eventually live. So don't sleep on it. Like, it's a great option. So number 7, marry somebody whose values align with yours. So I think this is probably one of the most important ways that you need to be connected to your partner, is through your values. Like, yes, having physical chemistry, and yes, your partner being able to make you laugh, and all those things are really important. When your values don't line up, there's a good chance that your relationship is not gonna last, or it's gonna be very, very rocky, because ultimately your values dictate how you live your life. They dictate how you want to raise your kids, how you want to pursue career opportunities. Like, there's so many things that ultimately go back to those core root values. And for me, my values come from my faith and my religion. And so it was important to me that my husband had those same core values. And funny enough, we actually met at church. So that part was pretty easy. And we pray together, we do devotions together. Like, pretty much everything that we do is from a biblical perspective. And that just helps us to be on the same page with pretty much everything. That doesn't mean that we don't still have problems, we don't still have issues, but we're able to work through our issues because we have the same core values. So number 8, prioritize your mental health. So obviously I'm a mental health counselor, so mental health is really, really big for me. But even before I actually started pursuing my master's in this, I realized that not protecting my space, not protecting my energy and my mental health is what had me doing things that I really had no business doing, had me in places I had no business being in, or with people that I had no business being with. The people around you shouldn't be draining. The people around you shouldn't make you feel more anxious or make you feel worse about yourself or about your circumstances. Your job shouldn't make you feel worse. Like, These things you really need to pay attention to, and you need to prioritize your mental health, because ultimately nothing is worth jeopardizing your mental health for. Number 9, never settle in anything. So when I say never settle, I really do mean never settle. If you feel like you deserve better, if you feel like you want better, go find better. Don't just stay in something just because it's comfortable or just because it's what you think you're supposed to do. Back to the mental health. Like, we're not settling just because somebody else wants us to, or we're gonna feel like a bad person if we're the one that ends things. Like, no. You know if that person or that situation is not good for you. You just have to pay attention to it and not be afraid of looking like the bad person. Because sometimes you're gonna be the villain in their story. And that's okay. I'd rather be the villain in your story, but be out of the situation and out of something that's no longer serving me, versus I'm just staying there miserable because I don't want to leave. And this can go for your career as well. Sometimes we go for things that are just really easy, or things that we just know a lot about, but we're not actually happy or fulfilled doing it. And ultimately, that's still settling. If you know there's something else that you could be doing and something else that would challenge you more, but you're just afraid to get out of your comfort zone, that's settling. And you don't need to settle. Life is too short to settle. It's too short to be stuck in something that you don't actually like to do. I.e., back to our first lesson, don't be afraid to quit. Number 10, give yourself grace. So if you are slightly a perfectionist like I am, then you probably have a hard time giving yourself grace when you mess up, or giving yourself grace when you don't perform exactly how you wanted to perform. You're not going to always do the right thing. You're not always going to be perfect. You're going to make mistakes. And the world is cruel. Like, the world is really, really mean. So if you're already beating yourself up before they do, who's going to build you up? Who's going to love on you? You have to be the first one that's like, no, I'm not going to abuse myself over this one mistake. It's okay to not be perfect all the time. It's okay to make mistakes. Every mistake is an opportunity for you to learn something. And you're not a failure just because you didn't accomplish a goal or didn't achieve whatever it was that you were trying to achieve. Number 11, start telling people no. So I wouldn't say that I'm like a huge people pleaser, but that is something that I've had to work on over the years, because again, I don't like to disappoint people. I don't like for people to think that I'm a mean person, or like they can't call on me or ask me for things. And sometimes that leads me to just saying yes to everybody. And although it seems harmless, over time, that actually ends up being very, very detrimental to you. Because if you're not constantly pouring into yourself, you don't have anything to pour into others. And what happens when you are always saying yes, or yes, I'll do this, yes, I'll do that, you end up depleted. Because everything that you're doing for somebody else is utilizing energy. And sometimes it's going to be energy that you really just don't have. And ultimately, if somebody stops talking to you because you said you're not going to that event, or you're not able to loan them that money, or whatever it is that they're asking you for, if they stop talking to you because of that, that's on them. That probably wasn't somebody that you needed around you in the first place. Because people that really care about you, people that really love you, will understand. They'll understand that you can't do everything for everybody, and they'll still love you regardless. So tell those people no. So number 12, natural hair is a beautiful journey, but it is a journey. So y'all know I had to put at least one lesson about my natural hair in here, because I just feel like I have learned so much about myself on this natural hair journey. I had relaxed hair from the age of like, I don't know, like 8 or something, all the way up to college. I didn't start transitioning to natural until like my senior year of college. And I had no idea that it was going to be such a transformative thing for me. I thought it was just going to be like a hair thing. But honestly, y'all, falling in love with my natural hair helped me fall in love with me. It helped me fall in love with my true essence as a person, and it helped me learn about myself. It helped me learn more patience. Like, this right here is a process. Y'all see, I've been detangling my hair this whole entire time, and yeah, of course it's taking a little bit longer because I am talking to y'all, but when my hair was relaxed, I didn't have to do all this. Maybe I should have been doing a little bit more, but regardless, relaxed hair is easier than natural hair. Like, we're gonna be honest here. But having natural hair is so worth it because I don't feel like my hair has been manipulated in any way. Like, these are my actual curls that are coming out of my head. And I love them. I love them even when they're not perfect, even when my hair is frizzy and my hair poofs up because it's raining outside. Like, it has also helped me with my perfectionism as well, because natural hair is not always going to be perfect. And when I was transitioning to natural, I had a lot of days where my hair was not perfect. It was a full-blown journey, just learning how to take care of my hair and how to get my curls to look the way I wanted them to look. But I would never trade that journey for the world. It was one of the best decisions I have ever made. So number 13, everyone is not going to support you. This was kind of a tough lesson to learn, I would say, because I didn't realize how hard it would be when you post a video and you think, oh, all my friends and family will watch this video, and then like they don't watch it. It's just one of those really humbling things where you realize, like, okay, I can't depend on other people that I know to get my content out there. Or if you're trying to sell a product or trying to sell the class, whatever it is that you're trying to get people to buy into, a lot of your family and friends and people that you think would be your supporters are not going to support you. Not when you're up and coming. Now, when you make it big, a lot of them are going to be around. A lot of them are going to be trying to claim you and, oh, that's my little cousin. That's my whatever. Like, yeah, that's after you've made it though. But those beginning stages is not uncommon for you to get more love and support for people that have never met you in real life compared to people that you've known your whole life. And that segues right into number 14, which is post anyway. My husband and I talk all the time about our YouTube channels and just posting content. And it's crazy, but the hardest hurdle to actually get over is the fact that your family and friends and people that you went to high school with and people that actually know you in real life are seeing you promote your content or seeing you post or seeing you be out there doing something that maybe they didn't know you even knew how to do. And it can make you feel self-conscious. Like, talking to a whole bunch of strangers is sometimes easier than talking to people that you actually know. And for some odd reason, when you're first getting started, it is a little bit embarrassing asking people to watch your videos, asking people to subscribe. Like, it is an awkward thing. But you have to post anyway. Because if you don't ever get over that hurdle, you're not going to get to where you're trying to get to. And yeah, the people that know you might be like, who she thinks she is posting? Or she always promoting something. But guess what? They can unfollow you. Your posts really aren't for them. Your posts are really for your actual supporters. Your actual supporters don't get mad that you're promoting your content. They're happy you're promoting your content because that lets them know that you have a new video out. So post for them. Don't post for the haters. Don't post for people that aren't going to even watch your video anyway. Post for the people that are interested in what you have going on. Number 15. Some people are just not going to like you. All right, this is back to the people pleasing. There was a time when I wanted everybody to like me. I wanted everybody to have good, positive feelings about me and to say nice things about me. And I had to just learn that not everybody is gonna like you. It doesn't matter how nice you are. It doesn't matter how much you help them, or it doesn't matter. It could be they don't like the way you wear your hair. It could be they don't like your clothes. They don't like the way you talk. Like, it could be so many things that can make a person just say that they don't like you. And so if you are constantly trying to be liked by every single person, that means you're not being true to yourself. And the reason why I say that is because anybody that's liked by literally every single person is probably the type of person that becomes whoever they're talking to. This person says, oh, I hate country music. And they say, oh yeah, I hate country music. But then they get around somebody else that says, oh, country music is the best music in the world. And they say, oh yes, I know, right? It's my favorite genre of music. That's not a real person. So just be true to you. Whoever gravitates towards your energy is going to gravitate towards you regardless. And that's who you should want around you anyway. Number 16. Results come from consistency. So this is one of the things that I learned even from my natural hair journey. If you're not consistent with something, you're probably not going to achieve whatever it is that you're trying to achieve. Pretty much nothing worth having is just going to come overnight. It's going to take you some time. It's going to take you being consistent. That's if you're trying to grow here on YouTube, trying to grow your hair, trying to grow your social media accounts, like whatever it is that you're trying to do. You have to be consistent. And here on YouTube, I was not consistent the first, I would say, couple years being on here. I would just kind of post whenever I had a video idea. But I didn't really start seeing the results that I wanted until I started being more consistent. I started posting every week. I started putting more thought into my videos, putting more thoughts into my thumbnails and my titles. That was when I started to really see my channel grow. And it's the same thing with anything else in your life. Number 17, enjoy your college days. So I know I touched on college earlier, but as I was making this list, I was like, college was really a fun time, but it goes by super, super fast. While you're in it, it doesn't really seem like it's going fast, but when you turn 30 and you look back, you realize it went by really fast. And one thing about college is it can't ever really be replicated. There's never really another time in your life when you can just go right next door and see all your friends living in the same dorm as you. Especially if you went to a college like I did, where we had basically everything we needed right there on campus, and you could just walk everywhere. You're never really gonna have that type of experience again. So enjoy it while it lasts. Go to the football games, go to the parties, go to the step shows, whatever it is that your school has, go to them. Because those are the memories that you're gonna look back at and really be glad that you did it. Number 18, your partner should be a helper for you. So in my opinion, there's really no reason to be in a relationship if your partner isn't gonna help you in any way. Like, if you're still having to take care of everything on your own and do everything on your own, you could just be single for that. It's always better to have two minds helping and two sets of hands helping versus just one set. So you need to find somebody that is not only capable of helping, but is willing to help. Your partner should want to be a helper for you. They should want to lessen your burden, lessen your load, especially when you're talking about your husband or your wife. And that goes back to never settling. He or she is out there. You just have to find them. Number 19, 30 does not feel like 30. So y'all, to be honest, I still feel like I am in my 20s. Like, I don't know what I was expecting, but people talk about 30 like it's such a big milestone, and it is, but it's not like you wake up and feel any different. I still feel very young. I don't feel old, even though when I was like 19, 20, I felt like 30 seemed really old, especially when like I was a child. Like, my parents, when they were 30, they had 3 kids and all that. So compared to that generation, I just think this generation of 30-year-olds is I don't know, like, we're just young. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but that is perfectly okay. Your life does not end just because you turn 30 years old. I honestly feel like I'm just heating up. Like, I don't know, I feel like I'm hitting my prime and everything is just up from here. So don't be afraid to turn 30. Be excited about it. Number 20, it's okay if you don't have it all figured out just yet. Again, everybody feels like once they turn 25, they're supposed to have their whole life in order. Most of us were like, yeah, when I'm 25, I'm gonna be married, I'm gonna have 2 kids, I'm gonna have my house, my career. Be for real. The majority of people do not have all that by the age of 25. And a lot of people don't have all that by the age of 30. And that doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with you. And it doesn't mean that you are behind in some way. A lot of times we compare ourselves to other people and where they are in their life, but everybody's journey is different. Somebody else's journey is not going to be your journey. And for us academic girlies, we are going to be a little bit behind, if you want to call it behind, because a lot of us are pursuing our degrees before we're trying to have our kids. And there's nothing wrong with that. I applaud everybody that already has their kids and already has it all figured out. But that doesn't mean that I'm doing something wrong just because I haven't done that yet. I'm almost done with this degree. I finish next month and I might be done, I might not, I might go for a PhD. I just love getting new degrees. Like, I don't know what it is, but that's what I chose to do. And you might be feeling like, well, I'm 20 something and I haven't even gotten my bachelor's yet. That's okay. There are people that go back to school when they are 40, 50, 60 years old. It's never too late to do whatever it is that you wanted to do. Number 21, ask for help when you need it. So for those of us that are really strong, independent women, I know it can be hard to ask somebody to help us. And like I said, that can be your partner, but it can also be a friend. It can be a family member. Sometimes we get so prideful or we get so in our heads that we're afraid to literally just say, I need help with this. There will be somebody that has all the tools that we need, but we're so determined to get it on our own that we don't accept the help. And that's honestly foolish. It doesn't make any sense to struggle when you don't have to struggle. You don't get extra cool points because you did it all on your own. No. If I can get it done in half the time because I asked somebody to help me, that's more beneficial to me because that saved me time. That saved me energy. So please, if you're going through something, if you're struggling with your mental health, it could be anything. Reach out for help. There are people out there that want to be there for you and that have the answers that you're searching for, but you're never gonna know if you never ask for the help. So number 22, go to the doctor. So you know how you get to that certain age where it's like you're too old for the pediatrician, but yet you're not really old enough to have any major issues where you need to go to the doctor regularly. You still need to go to the doctor. And it can just be a regular primary family care doctor, but you need to go. You need to get your blood work done. You need to get your labs checked just to make sure that you're actually okay. Because there are so many situations where a person can think that they are perfectly healthy and then they find out that they have a serious issue that could have possibly been prevented if they had gone to the doctor earlier and gotten checked. So please, y'all, just go to the doctor. If you don't have a primary care physician, you can easily find one online. And the same thing goes for your dental hygiene. You need to go to the dentist as well. Your mom and your dad are probably not still checking up on you or trying to force you to go to the doctor. Like, it's on you now. We are the adults now. So go to the doctor. Number 23, stay close to your loved ones. So this could be your family, this could be friends, I don't care who it is. Whoever you love, stay close to them. Talk to them on a regular basis. Call your mom, call your dad, call your siblings. I know it's really cliche, but life really is short and life is also hard. We need that support around us. We need people that love us. We need people that care about us. And we have to sometimes put in a little extra effort to reach out to those people. And that segues into number 24, which is that some people will drift away from you. And those people you can let go. You will meet a lot of people in your 20s. You'll meet a lot of people in high school, in college. And to be honest, most of those people you're not going to stay close to. Y'all were friends because of your situation. Y'all had a common situation, which was that y'all were both in school. And while you were there, it might have felt like y'all were super close. However, you'll find out that with a lot of them, once y'all graduate, you might not ever talk again. Or you might like their posts on Facebook or Instagram and keep it moving. And that is perfectly normal and perfectly okay. You don't need to try to keep up with every single person that you've ever known in your life. Some people just have a certain season in your life, and they might just not have a place in your life currently. Now, I still do have friends from literally high school, but it's not that many. And those friends I cherish very deeply, and those are the loved ones that I talked about. But all those other people, I see them on Facebook. Number 25. You don't always have to have the last word. So, I am the type of person that loves a good debate. I love to hit you with those facts and let you know why you are not correct in whatever you're saying when I know what I'm talking about. But I've learned over the years that sometimes it's not even worth it. There are certain people that are determined to misunderstand you. They're determined to get you riled up, make you mad, start arguments with you. They literally get a kick out of that. So you engaging with them is only satisfying them. You're not going to get anything out of that. Because even if you are absolutely right and you're hitting them with all the points, they're never going to say, you know what? Yeah, you're right. Because the whole point in the argument for them is to make you mad. And I've learned how to detect when somebody is trying to rage bait me or just trying to start a fight just to start a fight. And on another note, even with people that you love, such as your partner, sometimes you have to just bite your tongue. And it's hard because you want to be like, you don't know what you're talking about. But sometimes you do have to humble yourself and just say, you know what? I don't have to have the last word here. It's okay. You got it. And it'll give you so much more peace. Like, I promise. You will live. You will be okay. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to win every single time. Number 26. Set clear boundaries and stick to them. So this is kind of all related to the people pleasing and the saying no. You have to have boundaries in place for your own sanity and for your own just overall happiness. If you say, I'm not doing any work past a certain time, don't do any work past a certain time. Like, yes, I know you might be trying to get that promotion or whatever you're trying to get, but if you don't ever set boundaries and very clear boundaries, people will try to walk all over you. People will try to use you. You can't always be the path of least resistance for everybody. And that could be with your relationships as well. If you know that you and your loved one can't talk every single day, if you know that'll cause y'all to argue, call them once a week. Answer their phone call once a week. Yes, it might seem like you are being mean, but if that person is draining your energy or if that person is just not somebody that you can talk to at that moment, it's okay to text them and say, hey, I'm gonna call you later. That's setting boundaries. That's protecting your space. That's protecting your mental health. Boundaries are completely necessary. And that takes me into 27, which is take self-care very, very seriously. And self-care is going to look different for every single person. So I'm not going to tell you what self-care has to be for you. For some people, that's going to the spa. For some people, that's getting their nails done. For somebody like me, just this, doing my hair is self-care for me. Take a day off work. Take a day off class. Whatever it is that you need to prioritize your mental health, you need to do that. And it doesn't make you lazy. It doesn't make you look bad. It's taking time for yourself. And if you don't take the time, nobody else is going to say, hey, I think you need a self-care day, so let me give you a self-care day. Like, no. They're not paying attention to you the way that you have to be paying attention to you. And that is why my 28th lesson is to pay close attention to your body, which includes your mental health. So even though I still feel young, I am aware that my body is changing. I am growing. And I have to pay more attention to my body than I did when I was younger. I have to pay attention to what my body likes. If my body doesn't respond well to a certain food, I'm not gonna keep eating the food. If my hair doesn't like a certain hair product, I'm not gonna keep using the hair product. You have to be really, really in tune with you. Nobody else is going to pay attention to you like you have to pay attention to you. And number 29, prioritize sleep and eating. So you know when you're younger and it feels like you're just like invincible and you don't need a lot of sleep and you can skip meals and everything will be fine. Don't do that. I still struggle with eating 3 meals a day, but I do my best. And I try to get at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep a night. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But I do know that when I don't get all my sleep, I can definitely tell the difference. Your sleep, your food, that's your energy. That's what your brain needs to literally function properly. So don't neglect that. And we finally made it to number 30, y'all. And that lesson is that you can literally do anything that you want to do. At times, we can get in our own way. We can tell ourselves that we can't do things or we're not good enough to do things. You literally can. If it's something that you really want, you can work towards it and achieve it. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't be something, not even yourself. We all go through those times where we struggle with imposter syndrome and feel like, why am I even here? I don't even know what I'm doing. But you do. You got this. Just be confident in yourself and know that wherever you are is where you're meant to be, is where you're supposed to be, and just walk in it. You're gonna look back at those times when you were 18 and 19 and you're gonna be like, wow, I really did that. I achieved everything that I wanted to achieve. It might not have been pretty all the time. It might not have been exactly in the order or in the time frame that I wanted to, but I did it. And I didn't give up on myself. No matter what other people said or no matter what obstacles got in my way, I pushed through. And that's what's gonna carry you into your 30s and your 40s and your 50s. The fact that you were able to push through your 20s, that means you can push through moving forward as well. Wow, I really did my entire pre-poo process with y'all. I did not know this video was going to be quite this long, but if you stuck around, then you are a real one, and I really, really appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video, if you got anything out of this video, please give it a thumbs up. Tell me what your favorite lesson is. Share with me what lessons you've learned. I want to talk to y'all. I want to hear all of y'all's thoughts. Thank you guys so much for watching, and join the clique by subscribing if you haven't done so already. And I will see y'all in my next video. Bye.